Would you rather have cheddar cheese for knees, or a talking dog that only speaks in Portuguese? Or to make yourself feel really dry, would you towel dry between your thighs, or dangle out your knackers in the breeze?
You are listening to Knackers in the Breeze with me, Ryan.
And me, Barry. Barry.
Alright, disclaimer alert. We have alcohol.
Yeah, yes, we've had 2 episodes of sobriety. Is that right? 2? Just 2.
Yeah.
Fueled on nothing but coffee and passion. And this episode...
No passion, no coffee.
No passion, no coffee. And I'm drinking a cheap beer called Galero and a tiny bit of red wine, which is a nice Merlot if you're interested.
Pouring the red wine into the beer.
Not yet.
That comes off the question.
Depending on the quality of questions. If the questions are as shit as they have been before, then no, the questions are always great, so no, I'll never do that. Maybe a few years ago as a younger man I would have done that, but we're more mature now, our palates have evolved, our standards are higher.
Would you have had red wine early on? Would you pour
Actually,
cider into
just
your
a really
beer?
good point. I wouldn't even have had red wine to pour into the lager. It would have been Smirnoff Ice or a cider. We are a different venue this week for the keen listener. You've probably already spotted that we're in a different...
Ooh! Sorry, I just hit my knee. So cut out or leave it in?
I keep it in, that's the alcohol. Yeah, so we're in a completely different venue. So normally we record this in the shed. It is a shed. We are now in a kitchen.
Yeah. We are many, many miles away. We are 0.00001 miles away.
Exactly. And it's not as cold as it normally is. We're actually toasty for once, because in the winter it's literally a shed, so it is cold. Whereas you might sort of hear that we're a little bit more comfy and a little bit more warm than we normally are.
Yeah. I'm in a t-shirt and it's still winter technically.
That's unheard of. That is unheard of. We don't touch on the weather enough, I think, at the start of episodes.
No.
So we're not going to go back to those days. We're doing our weather, are we? What is the weather at the moment?
Text us in your weather. Text us in.
Text us in your weather. Just a text from someone we don't know going, snow. There's snow here. Okay, thank
Sleet.
you. Thank you. We've had a lot of questions, haven't we, this week?
Yeah, we've had quite a few questions.
It's growing, and that's what I like about it. It's growing. And we couldn't do it without you.
But it could always grow more, so if you want to share it, then please do.
Yeah, I think there's nothing more exciting when you get a question from someone you weren't expecting a question
Actually, if you want to share it, ask us in a question. Why not? Go on Facebook, send us a private message, send us a voice message, and then we can play it on air. And that'll be much more
true,
handy.
yeah. I think if you're worried about your full name being associated with this podcast, and I don't blame you, just say that. So you can send us a voice message over Facebook Messenger, and just say, please don't mention my entire full name.
Well, we won't mention your name. If you don't tell us, then we won't mention your name. Just say your name in when you send a question in. Just go, hi, I'm
Bob.
blah blah blah. Hi, I'm Bob. This is my question.
Yeah, no, okay, okay. It's up to you.
Bob Fernandez Gonzalez.
Yeah. Have we got a question from him this week?
No, it's next week.
Okay. Okay. Well, yeah. So we've had a lot of questions, and we've also got what we've got lined up this week. We've got another game.
Another game.
Always fun. Last week's game, the last episode was
Play that.
Oh, let's play that, which was the worst game so far. And Josh,
game. So far is the key.
Yeah. And Josh, we had a special guest, Josh. Returnee. He played some really good games. A lot of serial killers.
A lot of serial killers.
A lot of murder.
There's been a lot of death in the past few episodes.
Yeah.
A lot of death, a lot of bums, which hopefully don't correlate.
Just two sides of the same coin. A coin that I spent years ago. Yeah. So
before that was a French one. That's sort of classy. We were heading in a classy direction, then bums, death.
I think this week we've got Merlot, we've got red wine, we've got ginger beer.
I got some rum.
We've got Captain Morgan's.
Could be like some sort of Caribbean classy, maybe.
Don't know if you can.
I'm gonna pass it off as some Caribbean classy. I've got lime. I've got fruit.
There's fruit
in my drink.
Yeah, we fucking hate scurvy here, don't we? We hate it. So down with the scurvy.
We're fucking limeys. We fucking hate scurvy.
We hate the scurv. What accent was that?
One of them.
I thought so.
One of the American ones.
Oh, one of those ones. Yeah. Guess the accent.
Guess the accent. Game. That's it.
I'm gonna make a note of that for a future game.
Future game. You haven't even done it this time.
I wish I had.
Slacking.
I wish I had. This week's game is very.
Are you going to credit that to me? Am I going to get royalties from that?
No. I'm going to hope that you've had enough Gordon's What are you drinking?
Captain Morgan.
Captain Morgan Gordon, that you will forget that you actually came up with that
Well,
game.
you are lucky because I am fucking smashed out of my stuff.
Exactly.
I've started off on an okay note.
I'm
tipsy, well oiled.
I think you can hear that. I think the audience can hear that, and see if you can, as you listen to the
So
episode.
now it's only going to go downhill from here.
see
I
if-
apologise for my coherentness later.
Is that a word?
Well, I've had a few Captain Morgans. I'm going to blame it on that.
I think the word I'm looking for is coherency.
Coherency. Well, no, luckily, I can blame it on the alcohol now. Whereas before, when we were doing sober podcast, any mistakes I made, I can't blame on the alcohol, and I make equally as many mistakes. But now I can just go, oh, it's the alcohol. Whereas really, it's just me.
It's a good point, actually. That's the one plus of being sort of drug addict or an alcoholic is that.
I'm not a drug addict.
No, I'm not saying you are, but if you were, the main benefit of abusing any drug or alcohol is that you can use that. That's your excuse.
No, not abusing.
Sorry, did I say I meant enjoying?
Enjoying.
Partaking in.
Enjoying.
That's your excuse. You know, you can go, oh, I had a few whiskeys, and people go, oh, that's okay then. If you did that sober, we'd worry about you.
I mean, I can enjoy alcohol if I still have an IV drip of it, can't I? Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
That's how many people enjoy it.
Oh, is that what that is in that bag? I thought it was H2O. It's not. It's WKD. That was bright blue.
Pure body.
Body, shot in body.
We're doing body on the poddy. Right.
Okay.
Let's call it a vodcast.
Should we start? Oh,
Let's
hello,
not.
I like
It's
that.
shit.
Should we start? I like that. Oh, hello. Should we start with what should we start with? Question from
Start with a
someone?
question from someone.
We've got so many questions. So
We're episode 15. We still don't know how this dynamic works.
no, we really don't, and that's the joy of it. And the moment we do is the moment we start. Right. Question from Tony.
Tony. Introduce that shit.
So this is a question from Tony.
That's how we'll be starting every question from now on. Oh, this is a question from Tony. If you want to get involved, then get into...
Knackers@gmail.com. So this is from Tony. He's given a question before. Big fan. Love him. We love him. He loves us. We're a great big family. So this is a question.
Literally a family.
Are you ready?
Okay guys, I've got a would you rather for you both this week. Would you rather always be poor, like forever, or always have to live out of hotels, so never having like a permanent residence?
Okay.
Hey.
Okay.
Right.
Now, on the face of it, you think, oh, I'd hate not to have a permanent residence. However, if you're transient...
However, if you're always at the Ritz...
Exactly. If you're
it would get old quite quickly. If
But
you're
it's
always
like-
at the Ritz,
but-
always in these
Can I
saunas,
say-
always getting like breakfast and stuff provided to you.
There's a mint on your pillow every day.
Yeah,
Every
that would get on my
day.
nerves. Whereas when I'm poor, I can't even afford the pillow.
Yeah, a maid comes into your room every day and cleans your bedding, or you don't have a bed.
Or your sister comes into your room every day and shits on your bedding. Could happen at any
Could happen.
wealth status.
He'll be seeking. Yeah, have you started your counselling yet? Or that wasn't your fault. Okay, you didn't deserve that. She was the wrong one.
She is a wrong one.
And then I just think I see where he's coming from. I really do. I think it's like, oh, even though you're poor, you've still got a permanent residence.
Yeah.
You feel like it's your home.
You've got a safety.
I think what he's saying is that like when you're in a transient place, you're in a hotel, it's never yours. You don't feel.
You've
fully
never got
at
like an
home.
anchor. You kind of just.
But how long did he didn't specify? I'm going to fill in the gaps and say I'm going to take his question and run with it. When he says hotels, I think that you have to jump to the next hotel within a space of time.
So it could be a nice one. Could be like something that rhymes with clavel sludge.
yeah. Can I just say it?
If you want.
Gravel mod.
There we go.
Yeah, I mean, you were too scared to say it. I had to say it. If you sue us, and, I just think I know what he's trying to say. But if you're jumping from hotel to hotel, even if it's every week you got to jump ship. You still spent a week at the Ritz, a week at the Gravel Modge. You've still spent a week at the
In a caravan.
Premier Plyn. It's like all these great places are still surely better than being in poverty forever. Because this is deep. It's not deep, but I'm going to take it. I'm going to jump into that because when you're poor, I think the thing that might keep you going is that this won't always be the case. I'll be able to pull myself out of this, and that keeps you going. But if you're poor perpetually forever, you are poor. That's it forever. That's no way to live. That's really grim. No hope of getting
Unless he
out.
means like an Alan Partridge situation where he is living in what's the one he's living in?
It was your sort of motel on the side of
Yeah.
the M25 kind of vibe.
So he was getting some perks of some people like sort of clearing up after him and providing him with stuff, but then again he's not
Yeah,
got
but
a permanent basis. He's
even a
just kind
2-star is better than a poverty. I mean, it's being poor forever. He didn't say how poor. Being poor is a bit of a grind. And you would probably love the idea of, oh my god, a maid will come in and clean all my bedding for me for free, well, included. There's a meal, there's little biscuits and a kettle in my room when I've got a TV and was heating.
I tell you what, like a lot of the time when I am in a hotel, I always sleep in, and the maid will start to come in, and I'm so embarrassed that I'm still in bed that I might have to just like jump out and pretend I'm coming out of the shower, going, "Not now, please!"
Oh my god!
But so many times the maid has come in and I'm like,
but why don't?
No, not now, please. And I'm like, it's 1 p.m.
Why are you always in these hotels until 1, staying asleep until 1?
Maybe I've done a Knackers in the Breeze podcast beforehand and I'm just like in a bad way.
Why don't you put the do not disturb?
Why don't you just get off your ass, right? Get out of fucking bed.
I think you set your alarm for 9. No, but
Because then I'll turn it off
But
and
what
then
if-
just sleep past that.
because they always come with do not disturb signs. You hang on the outside of the door, and the maid sees and goes, "Oh, he does not want to be disturbed all day," and she keeps going.
Because when I get in,
Oh,
I'm smashed.
you've got good intentions as well. Probably you still think, I feel drunk, but we'll be up at a reasonable time tomorrow. Is that
Yeah, let's go with that. Rather than I didn't even see that. I was too smashed. Didn't even see the bed. I slept on my face with my clothes on.
I'm glad you're not staying in a hotel tonight. Yeah, I think. Wait, so in light of that, would you rather be poor? Because if you were poor, you'd never have to deal with the maid
I've got a question,
embarrassing. If you
So
were
I'm just thinking of like there's benefits of the hotel. What's the benefits of living in poverty? But then again, I don't know.
what are the benefits of living in
What are the
poverty?
benefits of living in poverty? I suppose we have to look at the what are the negatives of living in a hotel, or the kind
I
of
guess-
lifestyle of permanently living in a hotel.
I guess
which
you
is
could
like-
call it negatives that you would become to rely on other people, and you wouldn't sort of you'd lose skills maybe that you had a certain dignity of doing things yourself maybe.
Yeah.
So you're not cooking.
No, I
for
do.
yourself.
I do like the aspect of having a permanent basis. Like
Right.
even if it is your own place, it is your own place. You don't have to rely on anyone else. You don't have to do anything. You
Well, look-
can kind of be your own person. There are some benefits of living in a hotel. You always get fed. You always get clean stuff. I'm not terrible, but I'm not the best at like washing everything when it's supposed to be washed or whatever.
No.
But that's always going to be provided for you. So
Yeah.
that is kind of a benefit. But then again,
Room
you're not
service.
doing it yourself. You're not properly being an adult.
Yeah, I think there's a
Your own
certain
back.
sort of self-respect that you probably get by doing that
Yeah,
shit. If
yeah. I
you-
think your self-respect would go down a little bit if you were living in a hotel. But then again, living in poverty, maybe your self-respect would go down if you're not like
And this
being
is-
able to properly provide for
Yeah.
yourself and having to.
And that's the quandary that we've. That's
Yeah.
the question. That's the
Any,
tough
any
one, isn't it?
disposable income is out the door, isn't it?
So what would you choose? It's a tough
I think I'd choose to be in poverty.
one. Wow.
And any entertainment and stuff you can kind of provide money free.
Knackers in the breeze.
Knackers in the Breeze. I'd listen to
Podcast.
that immediately.
Yeah.
Probably
That-
won't have a phone
Don't see
or
through.
anything, but
I
I'd
mean-
go to the local library.
I
and
don't know
I'd
about
log
that.
in
I
and
think.
I'd borrow some headphones and listen to
mean,
Knackers
you're
in
not-
the Breeze, and maybe I'd ask a question.
How can I get out of this situation?
Yeah, and I'd go on Google and go how to get out of poverty and live in hotels.
How can I get into one of those hotels that I keep seeing around? Well,
That's a good question.
deceptively hard, but I would have to go for the hotel.
I respect that question more that I've tried to answer it now than
Do you- yeah.
initially. I thought it was clear cut beforehand, but
I
now
think, yeah,
I'm like,
there's
I'm
that's what
questioning
like
it.
we've worked through that question. We can't decide. We now respect that.
Well, what
question
would you go for then? What's your thoughts?
Hotel.
No more questions. No, what about the hotel experience, or what about?
I just think living
the
in poverty is just grim. It would be grim, and I think living in a hotel. Jose Mourinho, the ex-manager of Manchester United, lived in a hotel.
Then again, he's one of the most depressed people you can see in the media.
He wasn't very happy, was he, for a while? Okay, but forget him. I'm just saying, I think I would rather live in a hotel. I really would. I really would. Done. I really would, because living in a bedsit somewhere with people doing crack in the next room along and just being...
Oh, that could easily happen in a hotel.
It could, but I'm moving. Remember, in this question, I'm moving along in a week or so anyway. So
No, well, yeah.
take me to the next hotel, please. And you would, knowing that it's transient and you can't set down roots, you'd find roots elsewhere in other things, like maybe sort of community-led audio projects like Knackers in the Breeze, which you can tune in from anywhere and feel and feel home. I just feel like we're getting older. Okay, age isn't just a number. Quite literally, it does not matter.
Are you under 35?
I'm under 35.
No, you're over 35, aren't you?
No, I'm under 35.
No, you look. You look.
No, that's
like
just the
late
lighting.
40s.
It's just the lighting. I'm a bit tired at the moment. That's what it is. All right.
The silver lighting.
I'm under
The wrinkly lighting.
Yeah, it's just the old fucking wrinkly LEDs I've got. So yeah, I'm under 35, but it's like when people said, and I've heard you say this before, when people said when we were young, when they said to us, "Oh, when you get to my age, you'll feel it. Oh, it won't always be like this."
When you get to my age, you'll know that. It's like, yeah, fuck off. I'll be young forever.
It's true.
Yeah, it's true. I'm
starting
starting
to feel it. Like,
but we're not allowed to say that well, at least for me anyway. I wouldn't.
So you're under 30.
Pre-30. We're not allowed to say, "Oh, I'm getting old."
Yeah,
I'm doing this sort of stuff. I'm starting to realise it because we're supposed to be in our fucking prime. If this is my prime,
if you're
what the fuck have I got to come?
27, 28, 29, surely physical prime, right? Physically, your muscle.
If we were a footballer, this would be like the most paid age. We'd be scoring the most goals. We'd getting the best club in our career.
Perfect mixture of sort of experience and physicality. They combine to make a machine. You're in that machine stage of your life. You're the best. This is the best you'll ever be. How do you feel?
We're in the machine ages of our life. I do not feel like a machine. I feel like a broken machine. I feel like one you trade in and go send back to Amazon going, it didn't work.
Yes, it did. Don't try and scam us. And they send it back. And that's what we've got to deal with.
They say, yes, it did work. And it's like showing you like 20% of the poor performance it could have done.
Well, you look like a specimen. I mean, you don't look 20%. You look like a specimen.
You look like a specimen. That's the kindest thing anyone's ever said to me.
You look like a specimen. But you obviously don't feel like it. And I just noticed that as a kid, I used to skate and play football and run and all this shit, and I could do it all day long. When I got to bed, I'd feel a bit like, oh, my lungs are a bit tired. Next day, nothing, no ache, nothing. We'd go again. We just carry on.
What I used to do,
days of age.
I used to live in another town, so I used to have to cycle 2 miles to our school, and I had a paper round as well in that town. So I used to cycle from Ramsgate.
This means nothing to anyone if you don't live in Ramsgate.
Yeah, so it's 2 miles between them, which is quite a while. So I used to live in Ramsgate. I used to BMX to Broadstairs in the morning.
About 6 in the morning.
Do a paper round in Broadstairs. Cycle back, and because they wouldn't allow you to do your paper round in school uniform, so I had to cycle back, get changed, change into my school uniform, cycle to school, do school. I did the speech marks there.
Okay.
Speech marks thing there, which you saw, so I don't know why you're saying, oh, okay, did you? Yeah. So
my eyes were closed.
Obviously, we had break time, we had lunch, we used to play football in that, we're active, we still had PE.
As boys will be boys, running around all day.
And then after school, I'd cycle back to Ramsgate, get changed, get my skateboard, cycle to Broadstairs, come skateboard with you, and then cycle back. I couldn't even cycle to Broadstairs from Ramsgate now on a mountain bike. Can't do any of that.
You would struggle.
I would struggle, yeah. I'd be sore.
That's crazy.
If I got to Broadstairs in that time, I'd be complaining the whole time, going, I just cycled all the way here, and I'd be like a spoil sport the whole time, and you'd be like, fucking hell, can he just go? Because that
is crazy. And what I love about it is, are you ready for this? I don't know if you've ever thought about doing this. So you cycled in the morning. I wish I was speaking to the 14-year-old you right now. This will be weighted on you right now because you can't action what I'm about to say. But
if it helps, mentally I'm 14.
Okay.
Well, a bit less than that.
When you got your paper round at 6 in the morning or whatever. What time was it? 6 in the morning?
Something like that, yeah.
So you wake up 5:45 or 20 to 6. You cycle 2 miles. You pick up your papers. You do your paper round. You then cycle back to Ramsgate another 2 miles back, right? To put your school uniform on. Okay. Here's what I'm trying to say. Get a backpack.
Oh, I had a backpack on with fucking textbooks as well. Should have mentioned that, but yes.
You should mention that. Okay. Well, get another bag and put your school uniform in that bag, and just put your uniform on at your fucking paper shop, and you're done then. So why?
Do you know what, Barry? I'm annoyed because you've confused me with an intelligent person, and I'd never have thought of that.
Why?
How dare you?
Well, you then cycle back 2 miles to put your school uniform on, to then come back another 2 miles to go to
Because
school.
clearly I'm an idiot, and I never even thought of
No,
that.
why wouldn't you
Why
just...
didn't you? We worked at the same paper round shop. Why didn't you tell me at the time?
Like, right, mate, where are you going? I was going to put my go back 2 miles to put my school uniform
I
on.
bet you thought that at the time. You thought, right, actually,
Actually, he must know what he's doing here.
I like him going back.
He
I
must
like him being
know.
tired. I like him falling asleep in class.
He loves doing an extra 4 miles every day for no reason whatsoever. That's a lot of miles over a year. That's hundreds of miles.
There is a photo of me fully asleep in class. I'll have to find that and I'll have to put that somewhere on Facebook or something.
And that could have been avoided if you just took your school uniform with you and got changed there and just chilled for a bit. You could have got to school early in your uniform, done your homework at school early, A stars, all round, happy boy, no sleeping, boom.
I feel like such a fucking idiot now. It's taken me
I don't
this
know
long.
if you're taking the piss or not. I really don't know.
Oh, I do. I genuinely didn't think of that. I should have done. Could have come later and just chilled. I knew so many people in Broadstairs as well. I could just chill at your house.
You could be here because we're just up in the morning waiting to leave. We could go on skateboarding.
Well, you knew you liked me just going home and like suffering.
Bye.
Just gonna go back to bed. There we go.
Oh wow.
Talking of jobs,
Right.
I've got a question for you. Right. I've got a question for you.
Is it about
regarding
paper rounds?
occupations?
Occupations.
Here we go then, Barry. This one's a simple one this week. What is the worst job you've ever had?
The worst job. It's the worst job. Wow. Okay. Shit. I've had actually. Do you know what? I was doing my CV.
Was it
ages
telling
ago.
Ryan that he should have packed a school uniform in a bag? Is that your job? And I don't like this. I'm not very good at this job.
Think how many hours, calories, and miles you just wait.
I'm not bitter.
You could have been an Oxbridge graduate now if you just had your school uniform in a bag. Anyway, so apart from being a sort of guidance counsellor for young children in the future, I don't know what that means. I'm going to start again. Apart from being, I'm going to start again. So.
What
There is a
what jobs have you had?
So I was doing a CV a while ago, and it's always good practice to keep your CV up. Tip number one, because you don't want opportunities will come your way. But I'm very happy in the job I do now. But I've just got a CV that's slightly more up to date than it was. So I was looking through it. I've done loads of random jobs, and I now have to leave jobs out because it's just too long otherwise. Because I've done so many. So I've worked at McDonald's. I've worked at Chip Shop. I've worked at a seafood restaurant with you at one point.
Yes, yeah, we worked together.
I've worked at schools for English, all 4 different places around the country. Yes, I've worked at like quite a few different things, and there's jobs I forget about and I remember. I go, oh shit, I remember I worked there. So I've worked as a cleaner at Loughborough Student Union. That was fun. But my worst job.
Didn't you do like a job for our old football manager? Did like some sort of removal thing?
Oh yeah.
Did
I fitted a balcony about 4 floors up.
That's so fucking random.
And obviously,
I
like-
don't think you're qualified to fit a balcony. I'm definitely not.
But I'm scared of heights, so imagine if you're fitting a balcony, you'll literally have to remove the old balcony, so it's just a ledge that then falls to the
So
ground.
you're like prone, just crawling
Yeah, literally.
towards the end of the balcony, just going.
And
Screw that in! Oh
yeah.
no, I've got to go up and.
Well, no, he was screwed in. I had to stand up and hold it steady. So if that fell, or I leant, or a gust of wind, I was dead because there was no balcony because we were fitting the new balcony, and the job was to carry it up the stairs.
Did you get paid a lot?
He gave me 40 quid.
40 quid.
And he said to me, this is quite a lot for how many hours you've done. Are you sure you want 40 quid? And yeah. And he went,
No, please pay me less.
and he went, okay, but there's a lot of opportunity for more work. £40 a lot for a few hours work. I went, no, it's fine. And so I took the cash off him, and he never booked me again to do more work. And what I now
We
looking
got
back,
sacked from the team.
now retrospectively looking back, if I was sort of more of a man and went, no, you're right, I didn't do enough work to warrant this cash, I'll take less, you have more. He might have booked me for more work, but as it was, he never spoke to me again.
On a side note, we both got given what is it, like a medal at the end of the season.
What, for playing for the
Just playing for them.
football club?
For the football club Preston Hellings.
Yeah.
Which is in the middle of nowhere. It's not the Preston that you think about. It's not Preston North End. It's Preston in Kent, which is a tiny little village.
Yeah.
It's got one shop,
just outside
one
Canterbury.
church, and one pub. Other than that, it's all houses.
Yeah.
And I've got that like in my living room, kind of on display, because people think like, oh, he's got like a little medal for football. It's basically attendance.
I think that's literally.
I warmed to the bench well.
That's literally that medal was. Thanks for playing more than one game in a season. That's essentially that medal.
I scored one goal, which the goal was someone's shot. It come off the keeper, and I happened to be near the keeper, and it's a tap in.
You'll always have that. You'll always have that.
And then on another side note, you come running up to me afterwards, going, "You lived the dream, or the dream's come true." I picked you up, and I pulled a muscle in my neck, so then I had to get substituted off. And I had to tell the manager I've injured myself by celebrating.
Yeah, because I think we were like 4-0 up at that point, or 4-1 up. It wasn't just, if I remember right.
No, we were 2-0 down.
Oh, were we really?
Yeah, we were.
Oh, that's actually worse then. So you score, and if you're 2-1 down, you don't celebrate that much because you're only.
Well, at this point, we were used to losing. We never got a point.
Right.
This game finished 2-2. Someone else scored. Annoyingly, it wasn't my only goal. But then again, we got a point. But this was our only point up to that point.
I remember just vividly. I remember running up to you and just going, "Yeah, the dream come true. The dream came true." Yeah. And no one else gave a fuck.
No.
And I remember, yeah.
They were like, "Get the ball, go to the halfway line. We've got another goal. We've got another 2 goals to get to."
We're only just beginning. I mean, we've
running off, celebrating, and then me crawling on the floor, going, "Ow, I'm injured."
And then just like moving your hands. I need to come off. I need to come off. That's hilarious. Wow.
So embarrassing.
But you'd always have that medal. But going back to what was the question?
You can tell the alcohol's back in this podcast.
What's your worst job? Yeah, so I reckon the worst job I ever had, attempt when I was in Birmingham for a while. I lived in the Midlands. An attempt at a place called, and this is a true place, it's called the Royal Society for the Prevention of Accidents.
Okay. I didn't even know you lived in Birmingham at that point. But
I didn't. I lived in Coventry. I lived in Coventry, but I attempted Birmingham. So
the Royal Society.
The Royal Society for the Prevention of Accidents.
Okay.
Which doesn't sound real.
What? Car accidents?
ROSPA. It's all accidents. Any accidents.
Any accidents.
Yeah. Oh, I've had an accident. Whoa.
Well, we can't help you now. We're trying to prevent that.
Yeah. We failed you. I'm so sorry. So it's like.
Call another number.
If you're walking down the street, if you're walking near a train track and you see a sign that says "Stop, look, listen" before you cross the track.
Oh my God, really? Oh my God.
That's obviously not true, but
is that what you're the sign putter upper? Sign putter upper.
Well, that's the thing.
Somebody had the Oxford Dictionary.
Somebody had to put those out. I mean, obviously, you're never going to cross a rail track unless it's a legit crossing. So forget what I've just talked about. But if any safety signs, they create them. Any the firework night, all the.
Well, you're the people saying don't have a sparkler.
Yeah, all those.
I remember when I was at uni, we weren't allowed sparklers. They'd like come out and say, "Right, put that out."
ROSPA.
Fuck me. And that was in the Midlands as well. That was in Northampton.
Yeah. Any fun? So basically, it's a national agency. So any campaign that goes.
Is that just a Midlands thing? Stop the fun.
Stop the fun.
Stop the fun. We don't like that. Put it on the floor.
Good accent.
Put it out.
And a lot of people there had that accent. The reason it was so crap is because
you're smiling too much. We don't like it.
You get wrinkles in the eye.
You got wrinkles already. Oh, I'll stop doing it.
Can you do the whole podcast in that accent?
You're listening to Knackers in the Breeze. It's probably fucking shit.
Can I join you in that?
Sorry, Joe.
But the reason it was so bad, that job. So if I was the sign putter upper, it might be fun. Maybe. Yeah. Or get out and about. But I wasn't. I was filing in the office for months. For about 2 months straight, I was just filing. So. And everyone in the office, it was my first first ever time in an office environment. So before I always worked at schools and it's all out and about and fun and classrooms and kids and energy. This was an office of sort of middle-aged people overall doing admin. right? So
So there's like no
there's no life.
banter that you can kind of
It's the
relate to. Or
you've got Facebook and you've got your table tennis tables and your relaxation pods and your free coffee machines and your
table tennis tables.
Facebook. I mean, all these young startups.
Oh, it's the worst job I've ever had. I had to play table tennis all day.
No, but I think Facebook have got that. We didn't have. That's what I'm trying to say. So we didn't have that.
Yeah,
so like Google, Facebook, Twitter, they've got these young, vibrant startup cultures. Like, oh, if you want to take a day off, just take a day off. It's all like, do you want a free coffee? Have some pudding. It's Pudding Tuesday. And it's all like, it's dressed down every day, and it's all fun, and they all microdose LSD and have a great time. But where it was the opposite of that at this place, it was literally just computers bundled together.
You want to have some fun? Stop it.
That's it. I'm about to go and have a cup of soup. Does anyone want a coffee? And that was like the highlight of the day. And it was just really. I remember thinking, oh my god, this is awful. Everyone's like, no one seems happy. Looking back, they probably were really happy. They love doing admin, but it's just not for me. And that was the worst job. That was the worst job ever.
I love a bit of admin, mate.
I think.
Do you know what I fucking love? Administration.
I fucking love administration. Oh, give me a bit of that admin.
Knackers in the booth. Knackers in the booth.
Right, so I've got another question here from Emily, who appeared in, was it episode 9 or 10?
Early-ish on.
She's been a frequent questioner,
Yeah.
but one-time guester.
Mhm. She's got the bug.
She's got this question.
Hi Ryan and Barry, it's Emily. I loved the last episode, by the way, and I have a new question for you. Would you accept a job that paid you £30,000 a week, where you get paid to sit in a pitch black room and do nothing for 8 hours a day, but if you chose it, you were legally bound to that job for 5 years?
I think we've got a theme going on already, isn't it? It's kind of like occupation, job.
It's very occupation heavy, isn't it? We've had no bumholes this episode.
We've got a non-silly theme.
No death and no bumholes so far, right? Is that...
So far, I mean, how far have we got to go on the podcast?
Death will come up and a bum will come up. There's no doubt in my mind. So straight away, that question, I love that question. That's a very interesting question.
£30,000 a week.
Right, if you bear with
What's
me.
that in euros and what's that in dollars?
I'll get my calculator out. So
Google it.
30,000. I need to know the figure here. 30,000 times 52 times
5.
times 5. Okay. Are you ready for this figure?
Right.
Net gain.
Net gain. Or total gain.
Not net.
Not net.
Gross.
Gross gain.
No, this is net profit.
Net profit.
Pre-tax.
There's no VAT.
Pre-tax.
Is there VAT?
Is this being taxed?
I imagine VAT is already taken off.
What
What the fuck is this podcast become?
I imagine when she asked the question, she already established that VAT would be taken.
Anyone who works in accounting, please get in touch. Oh no, one of the fucking co-hosts works in some sort of accounting job.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, fucking hell, yeah. This could be a weekly feature where I ask you accountant-based questions. People, send in your accounts if you want them doing before April. Okay, so £7,800,000 for 5 years' work, sitting in a room
5
for
years.
8 hours a day. Sorry, 5 years.
And I'm going to do again a visual thing of doing the quotation thing.
Quotation with your fingers, yeah.
Work.
Work, yeah, it's very true. So you basically become a Buddhist monk and meditate for 8 hours a day every day, Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
For 5 years.
Well,
for 7.
I will say, like,
million.
Buddhist monks can do it.
800.
They've trained countless hours and stuff
start-
to do that.
had to start
Can you?
somewhere.
Can I?
I'll be honest with you, I know I can do it because if I don't have my headphones and my radio doesn't work in my car, which happened last week.
Oh my god, how did you get through it?
I had to drive about an hour.
Did you get 30 grand for that week?
No, only 10 grand a week at that point.
Oh mate.
It's bullshit. So
You might as well be living out of hotels.
I was driving there. I was driving there in my Clio, and didn't enjoy it. I couldn't enjoy it because I was stuck in my own head for too long. There was no distraction.
That's meditation, mate.
Exactly. So in theory, I'd love to go. Yeah, put me in that room, baby, for 5 years. I would go insane after.
I'd go insane after a day. I couldn't even do the 8 hours.
I don't know if I could.
8 hours, and then coming out of it going, oh my god, I survived, and then going, I've got to do this for 4 more days this week. I've got to do it for another whatever the maths is
You've
for
timed
this
it
month,
like 170 times.
and then for this month
Wait.
I've got to do it for this many months for the rest of the year, and then I've got to do this times 5. But at
That's
least I'm
nice.
getting some money. But
if you, I don't know if I have the mental strength to do it, but if you knew how much you were going to make at the end of it and just focused on whatever your goal was with that, what would you do with that money? If you thought, I'm going to open an orphanage and save loads of children, if you focus on that,
I definitely wouldn't do that.
No, 100%, you would never do that. You're going to buy backpacks for all the kids doing paper round in the morning.
Do like a backpack.
You do like a backpack, yeah. If you could focus on something like that, that might be able to pull you through. But it's a fucking long time. It's a long time.
Yeah,
Each day would drag. You would go. Me personally, I would go a bit insane. I would go insane. I might have to be sectioned and lose all right to that money.
Do you know what I would do? I'd get you employed as well.
Sure. What?
And if we did it, we'd do like an 8-hour podcast per day.
In a dark
And
room.
then cut it down to anything we could use. So that'd be
Nothing.
15 minutes.
It would just be two men. Wait, so let me get this right. So we've both.
So this podcast we're doing now is taking literally a week, and we're just narrowing it down to the things we can include.
Yeah.
Which is usually about an hour long podcast.
If you're lucky.
Yeah.
So we would both sit in a dark room in the pitch black
Chatting the shit.
for 8 hours all week, every month for 5 years.
Day after day
Oh
after day
God!
doing a podcast.
For £7 million, that's a so for £3,900,000 each.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I suppose that would be £30,000 per week each.
Split or each.
Well, I mean, split or each. I mean, it's an incredible amount of money, isn't it?
Could I do it?
In that sense, I think I could.
In that
But
scenario, because
in that scenario, if we were both doing it,
If there's someone
if that question is addressed to both of us, then I think I could.
And
do it.
here's why I could do it as well. I agree with you. Is because you being there removes. I can leave my own head. So even if I hate you and we get sick of each other, which you
If
definitely
you
would,
weren't doing a podcast, if someone else was there,
just
I
someone else
think
being
we'd
there, yeah. I feel like you wouldn't be stuck in your own head and going mental. There we go. That one.
Yeah,
But
there's very
but
few
she didn't
jobs
put that-
where people were like stuck on their own for 8 hours, not
There's no
really
job.
doing anything. They can speak to themselves, but they're not required to.
Oh, it just sounds
You're
horrible.
not required to do
I
anything.
don't
you
know
Just,
if
you
it's-
just do it. You just
I don't know if it's worth 7.8
You're not
million pounds.
needed. You're
I
just
don't know if it's
in
worth
a room.
It's not for me. It's not. Do you know, the more I think about it,
You're paid to be not needed.
it's not worth it. It's not
You're
worth
hidden
it.
away.
Because 5 years is a lot. Even if you said a year, I would go, do you know what? Fuck yeah, I'd just get into the zone and just grind it out.
Yeah.
5 years, I don't know if I could do it. It's a long time. I've been, no, couldn't do it.
It's such a high.
Have I still
amount
got
of
the
money, isn't
weekends though to party on down?
it? Yeah,
I might make it bearable.
per week.
And you go back to your hole.
You could get that amount of heroin and just do it right beforehand.
Brilliant idea.
We 100% condone heroin. Get it? It's brilliant.
Yeah. Brilliant. So you could just, it is, isn't it? So we could just gouge out for 8 hours. Oh, out my little trip. don't know if you trip on heroin.
I've got like half an hour left.
And then you just go back. Yeah, alright. I'm reevaluating the whole scenario. Really. Just spend the whole time off your tits.
Here we go. That is the official response from Knackers in the Breeze.
Just get off your tits.
Let's listen up, Knackers in the breeze. Listen up, Knackers in the breeze.
Yeah. This is a question that I've posed to you. I'm going to pose to you. I've posed it to myself and I'm going to pose it to you. It's a question. Oh, hello.
Just eat the sandwich, aren't I? Just eat the sandwich, aren't I? And I've been struck with a moment of inspiration. Here's your question. Would you rather be stuck in a lift with a mime or a clown? And why?
Can I ask you one important question?
Sure.
beforehand?
What sandwich was it?
Did you think of that question and go to do it and then think, I'll put a sandwich in my mouth so we can be slopping about?
I'll be honest with you,
Then
yeah.
go, I'm trying to sandwich from you. Spitting all over the
Yeah.
phone while you're doing
I'll be
it.
honest
I bet
with you.
your screen was like a crumb, saliva-filled
Yeah.
fest.
Do you know what sandwich it was?
What it sounded like.
It
It
was
sounded like a BLT.
Not far off actually. It was actually a HBO. So it was.
It was what a bit. A bit of ham and your
Yes.
BO, a bit of your sweat.
It was ham and armpit. No, it was ham, brown sauce and onion.
Ham, brown sauce, onion. I'd never pick brown sauce. Brown sauce is like one of the. I feel like most of the time I think like I won't have a sauce.
If it's brown or nothing.
I feel like on something alright, I need some sauce on this, and just brown sauce was left. I was like, I'd just go without.
Okay.
No one chooses brown sauce, do they? Do you
I did.
choose brown sauce?
Yeah, actively. Yeah, I could have had barbecue, could have had mustard, could have had mayonnaise, salad cream, or red, or hot sauce. I chose the brown.
Really?
I went to Browntown. Yes, I did.
Do you like HP sauce as well?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. J'adore.
I feel like it's just my dad who like kind of pretends that that's nice, and he's kind of making a statement, but then I'm just gonna have brown sauce.
No,
so I like that.
that's ridiculous.
It's kind of like
I am
an old-fashioned thing. Of just
I'm
like
brown and proud, alright? I am brown and proud, alright? You can quote me on that.
Peri peri, mate. I'll open the world to you.
You're just a more well-travelled man.
Chipotle.
I couldn't even pronounce that, so yeah, you're a better man than I. I mean, you've travelled more, okay? That's all it is, okay?
I've travelled to Subway. I've travelled to Nando's.
And Hawaii and Kuala Lumpur, all these different places.
I've not been to Kuala Lumpur.
No, you've been to Morocco.
I've been to Morocco. Pretty much the same fucking place, isn't it?
Same
Look
thing.
it up.
Same thing.
Very close to each other.
Oh, you only answered my question. I don't even remember.
I haven't even began to answer your question. I just wanted to point that out. Mime or a clown?
Mime or a clown? You sucking lip. Mime or a clown?
My
Mime or a
first
clown?
thought goes to when I get my hair cut.
What?
When I get my hair cut,
What?
I'd much prefer getting it done by a mime than someone who chats to me.
Okay.
Because
You've done it some
I
people
can't be
do.
asked with conversation with people I don't know.
Okay.
Like, I don't know, if we ever get famous and stuff, and people recognise, going, oh, you're Barry, you're Ryan, aren't you? I'm like, yeah, please leave me alone. Please leave me alone.
Okay.
Ask a question to us, I'll be all over you going, yeah, this is great, but, you know, in public, fuck off.
Talk to me digitally, but
Talk
not
to me digitally.
physically.
Text me. Send a question in to Knackers in the Breeze,
Yeah.
and maybe if we're in the lift, I'll reply to it.
You need a sort of fleet of business cards. You can just go
Yeah.
and just whip them out. As soon as someone goes, I got a you right, you whip the business card straight in the hand.
It doesn't say anything about fuck off, and then like small print, if you don't want to fuck off,
Send your question.
send a question in to Knackers in the Breeze on Facebook, and I'll text a reply. Or I'll answer on the podcast going, what a fucking band he was.
But I do.
Asking me a question in public? In public?
I was just going to get my fucking hair cut from my local mime.
He started fucking talking to me.
I just
When
don't.
you text me.
Why you correlate it? Why getting a haircut's got anything to do with being stuck in the lift?
Because
They don't.
a mime doesn't speak, does he? So
No.
it'd be much more company. But it would be annoying, wouldn't he? Mimes are never like enjoyable.
No.
But clowns, I have no problems with clowns. I don't find them scary whatsoever.
Or funny.
Nor funny. I don't know.
they just are what they are.
They're wacky.
They are
They're
wacky.
alright. They're fine. But
Can I throw a spanner in the works in this question? Mimes.
tweeting.
Everything they own is metaphysical. It doesn't exist, does it? It's in their brain and yours. But a clown usually has sort of a bag with him or deep pockets, and you know you've seen the handkerchiefs that never end. And it's like if they're in a lift, they might have an object or something that might help you get out of the lift, such as the joy of the clown. Do you know what I mean? A mime
That's a good point.
has nothing. It can't communicate for one, and he has nothing to help you.
Pull something out of his sleeve and going, angle me to kind of climb down that. I'm like, he's so confident with that. I'm like,
It looks like there's a ladder in his hand. It really does. And yeah,
No, that's a good point actually.
death
Could,
by
like,
mime.
Up his sleeve, he could have like a whole set of like 20-meter handkerchiefs.
Yeah, and you can just climb on down to the next level.
Calm down.
Open up, get him out, get help.
That would
Get
be
him
scary
out.
though if the lift comes down then. The elevator.
That's when you need the mime to get it to sort of.
It's gonna build it back up.
He'll find the wall in front
Or
of
if
him.
I'm
and he'll find-
screaming to my death, at least he'll go.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, that's a non-visual laugh.
Yeah,
for me.
mimes don't really do work on audio form, do they? That's why there's no mime podcast, is there? Jesus, I've always wondered that.
Do you know what? There's not a mime podcast, but there's definitely a single. Do you remember when people got together and they did like some charity singles? Pete Doherty and some other people, and their charity single was they're gonna sit in a recording studio with the instruments for 3.5 minutes.
It just didn't happen.
It did happen.
No.
Look it up. I swear someone
No
we know
way.
downloaded the MP3 or at least was inspired by it.
Inspired by bullshit. I've never heard of this.
Definitely.
This is
I
passing
swear, I think, I don't swear, but I think Pete Doherty was in it.
by. Wow, really?
Yeah.
I've never heard
Local
that.
claim to fame. Now he lives in Margate.
He lives very close to us, so yeah. For listeners that don't know, Pete Doherty of the Libertines fame is just down the road. He's about 1.5 miles that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have BMX to him in the playground.
So he is famous. He's also famous for sitting for silence. Apparently, I've never heard that. That can't be true. Can't be true.
Well, I'd happily resent if that's
Play
not
it to
him.
me.
Not him that was in the recording studio, but it definitely happened.
So every time it's quiet,
And it was like
It reminds you-
coughing and stuff. All it was a charity single of silence, and it was some sort of statement, but
wow.
it wasn't a very loud one, was it? Anyway, back to the lift. I think. Do you know what? If I was stuck in a lift, a mime would be fucking annoying,
Okay.
but it would be silent. What would I prefer? I think short term mime, but anything longer than
An hour.
I'd say 15 minutes.
Okay.
Anything longer than 15 minutes, I go for the clown. Clown's alright. I feel like he'd come out of character, going, "Oh, I don't want to die."
Yeah.
Every got the fire brigade.
Every clown
then-
behind the makeup is a sad man.
But then again, when he cries, he'll still do the crap.
Yeah.
The elbows out, going. "Oh."
And when you go
And there'll
to-
be like teardrops, like the glacier mints
And when
falling
you
to the
go-
floor.
But like if you go to console him or his little flower that he's wearing,
When he cries, it kind of spurts in
his
your
brooch,
face.
yeah, and you'll both laugh together after that, and that's what's lovely. And you'll have
We'll
each
hold
other.
ourselves and go, everything will be alright. And the fire brigade will find us like kind of spooning.
Yeah, everyone's gonna be okay, Bobo.
Welcome to Cooking with Knackers in the Breeze. Today we'll be making a successful podcast. First, what you want to do is get your cheddar cheese. You want to chop that in half. What that will do is double up as a pair of knees.
The oyster come for me.
Not now, Rex. Next, you want to get your tea towel and you want to just put that just between your thighs and you want to dry it as much as possible. Alternatively, you could go outside in the wind and just dangle out said testicles. That is how you make a successful podcast. See you next week, guys.
So I love a game, love a cheesy little game, a little fun game, and this. I think it's time. Let's just do it. Otherwise, it'll be keeping up all night because I never got round to doing it. So this is a game. It was inspired. Basically, I was in a place called Dover, near the port of Dover, near the Channel.
Everyone here is so envious of you.
The closest Dover on Sea, the most beautiful place to be. And yeah, it was great. It was amazing. The wind was blowing and the rain was coming down. And I was crossing the road near a car park. And
I'm so envious of you.
You should have
You're
been
living
there.
the fucking life.
Should have been there. It was amazing. And have a raincoat on. It was beautiful. And two cats crossed the road. And I thought it was.
Is this the start of a joke?
No, this is a real.
Why did the chicken cross the road?
Autobiographical.
Why did the two cats cross the road?
Two cats crossed the road. I don't know where they were going. Didn't have time to ask. They were in a hurry.
Were they like right beside each other, behind each
They
other?
were together. And I thought it was really interesting. I've never seen that before. Because cats are quite solitary
Were
creatures.
they side by side or one in front of the
Behind.
other?
One was leading and one was following behind. They were definitely together though, for sure.
Yeah.
And it just made me think. Well, it inspired this game, and this game's called Count the Cat. And
Which is weird because there's two crazy cats right here.
yeah, girl. So yeah, it inspired this game. This game came to me instantly. So in that moment, I thought, I know what I'm going to do for the game in this podcast. And I come up with a jingle. And I said in the previous game that it was the worst game we've ever played. But I think this is the worst game we've ever done.
Okay. You've
Okay.
not sold it to me.
No.
Is it a better jingle at least?
No, it's cringy and irritating.
Okay,
And-
so if we want to hold on to any fans, you just skip this for the next, I don't know, 15 minutes or so.
If you've got anything else to do it now. It's called Count the Cat. This is the jingle for it.
Count the cat, 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 count the cat.
Okay. This is called Count the Cat. You ready for the game? Okay. So the premise is simple. You need to listen now. I'm going to say it. I'm about to say a sentence, and in that sentence will be the word cat will be dropped a few times. All you got to do.
What is it? It's like cat 22.
It's very similar actually, but there aren't 22 cats. Let me tell you that for sure.
Well,
It's not that easy. There's at least one. So what we do, play along at home if you're still listening or you're not. You've got to count the cats, okay? And I want you to tell me at the end of this how many cats you counted.
Okay. All right. Well.
Simple. Couldn't be simpler. Okay.
Okay.
Are you ready? Count that cat.
There was a cat who went to Kathmandu, and there's a cat on the floor where he had a shoe, and there's a cat on the window, and a cat on the floor, and there's a cat on the door, cat in his window, cat in his face, cat in all of our dreams, and there's a cat in me and you, cat, 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 cat.
Wait, how many cats did you count in? You counting your fingers?
18. 18 cats, I'm saying.
Yeah. It's 18 cats. I can reveal, drum roll please, there were 18 cats. Yeah! That was amazing actually, well done. I'm actually really surprised you got that. Because even I didn't know how many cats there were, I had to listen back. Believe it or not. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, it was 18. Look, there it goes. The bit of paper there.
It's not even a tally. You haven't done a tally. You've just done lines. I'm not going to count the lines.
No, but I wrote the number 18.
Yeah, no, you just draw. There we go, Ryan. He's just drawn lines. He's just drawn. It might be more fucking code.
There's 18 lines.
Count the fucking dots.
Listen, I just
How many S's do you want in your SOS? You can't get it saved any quicker.
What I think are missing there, they look like cat claws.
No.
These lines.
No? They look like fences.
Cat fences.
Fences, well, that have no connecting wire between them. Just fence posts.
Alright, listen.
18, I'm going to give you the benefit of that, it's 18 fence posts, but it's not like an obvious thing of have a look at that! Clearly there's 18, you're like, is there?
Oh, I see what you mean. So what you would have really wanted was me to write that out and circle each cat.
Just do a tally, mate.
I did a tally, but I just didn't put the lines between
just do 3 crosses out, and then another 3.
I didn't do that.
No.
No, I just did lines.
No, yeah, that would no.
On a bit of scrap paper.
Would have been easier, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but the game didn't deserve anything more than that, so yeah. And you got it straight away, and I think that's great. If you play along at home, I bet you didn't get 18.
Knackers in the breeze.
Right, we've got a question here from someone called Tom, and he's not addressed it to us. He's addressed it to the father of Would You Rather.
Well, we won't read it out then, I guess.
Well, yeah.
It's not us. I like this. I like this. The community's growing, and people are making friendships outside of us, and I think that's lovely.
Yeah.
So ask away.
Paul, you've got a fan, apparently.
I have a question for you. Would you rather be a failed pop star or be the drummer out of Coldplay? It's a good question. How's it going to work now? Bye.
What I love is he went. That's a good question.
That's an excellent question.
That's a pretty great best question I've heard. So where does this work? Can we answer this, or does this is?
No, we're not allowed to. We're not allowed to. Apparently,
that is not fair.
Tom has decided to take the rules in his own hands.
So, do you know what? He's right. It is a good question. It is actually a good question.
But
so for the next
father of Would You Rather, then send us in your answer.
So is this like we kind of like Batman? So, they projected when they needed him. They projected a big bat symbol into the sky of Gotham City. How are we going to alert him to this? What will we shine into the sky?
I'll just text him.
You have listened to another high-quality episode of Knackers in the Breeze. If you'd like to ask Ryan and Barry a question, please get in contact at knackersinthebreeze@gmail.com. Alternatively, you can send a voice message via private message on Facebook. Just search for Knackers in the Breeze, as we all do. Tune in next time for another excellent episode.
You have been listening to Knackers in the Breeze podcast with me, Big Baz, and
Moi, Ryan.
Ryan. And I hope you've enjoyed it. Cheers for listening. Private message us. Send us your messages.
If you want to get in touch, if you want to ask a question, then look us up on Facebook. It's Knackers in the Breeze. Send us a private message. There's a function on there with an audio recorder. That would be very helpful to us if you use the audio recorder and send in your message
so easily
verbally.
Yeah, it's easy.
So we can play it on the podcast rather than typing it out because it's not as fun.
Yeah, and we'll send you some free stuff if you send us a message. We'll send you some badges.
What's that?
I'm just saying that if they send a message and we'll send them some, like all the free merch and stuff, we'll send them some stuff like
Barry will send you some, what sort of free stuff?
You know, like mugs and t-shirts and badges.
Mugs and t-shirts?
Yeah.
Whose fucking pocket is this coming out of?
Well, ours.
Ours?
Yeah.
What do you mean ours? We're not a fucking company.
No.
No. We've got a joint credit card.
I'll be billing you. I'm just saying, right, just send the question in. Send us your address as well. We'll contact you for that, and we'll send you loads of free stuff.
That's not happening. You're getting fuck all.
Well, people...
Just send a question in. Just send out of the goodness of your heart. You're not getting a fucking free mug out of it.
Don't worry, I'll commit him.
Send us a fucking mug.
You get some free stuff, and it's all paid for by Ryan. And and we'll sort you out. And just send the question in, and there's always the you'll be redeemed and laden in gold one day.
We're not sending you anything.
You have been listening to another high-quality episode of Knackers in the Breeze. If you'd like to ask Ryan and Barry, who are schnitzel gobblers, a question, please get in touch. knackersinthebreeze@gmail.com. Alternatively, you can send a voice message via a private message on Facebookings. Just search for Knackers in the Breeze. That was Kelly's idea, Ryan. What a fucking shambles.